Well, in this module, we will do few more practice. And in this practice, we will be having cash book with us and the previous bank reconciliation statement. And this module is about a very important concept. Yes, we will do a practice on this concept. And in this practice, we will see that although we have current cash book, current means the current month's cash book for which we are preparing bank reconciliation statement, and the bank statement as well for that period. But at the same time, we'll be having some information with us through the previous period's bank reconciliation statement. So let's see. That following information relates to the bank balance of City Industries for the month of June 2009. The bank reconciliation statement is the previous one, which was prepared on 31st May 2009. Okay. In which we had a balance as per bank statement, credit 5,000, and unpresented checks for the previous period, total amounting to 3,000, and uncollected checks for that period, 4,000. So ultimately this was equal. So what does it mean? That 6,000 debit balance was the balance of our cash book. So that debit balance that was on 31st May 2009 would be the debit balance on 1st of June 2009 appearing in the debit side. And now we are having cash book with us. This is the detail of the cash book. We received check 950 from Abbas Ilahi, Bilal Mushtaq 450, Chiragdin 2000, Dil Nawaz Khan 1250, and Ilahi Baksh 850. Then we made payment to Fariduddin. Then we made payment for rent, Ghulam Abbas, Haider Ali, Ismail Rana, and finally we have a balance of 5,000 when on 30th of June 2009. At the same time, we are having a bank statement given by our banker from 1st June to 30th June, in which we can see certain debits and credits are there, and the final balance with us is 5,000 as credit. If you do remember that in the start of the bank reconciliation statement, I told you that despite the two balances are equal, look, on 30th June, 5,000 as per cash book, and on 30th June, 5,000 as per bank statement, despite these two are equal, even then we will be required to prepare bank reconciliation statement. So what is required? That prepare adjusted cash book, prepare bank reconciliation statement, and pass adjusting entries in the Journal of City Industries. Might be you would be astonishing that if these two balances are equal, why we should bother to prepare bank reconciliation statement. Okay, let's see why we should bother. Okay. First of all, the important thing is that in the previous month, the bank reconciliation statement was showing these two timing differences. So we will locate these two in our bank statement now. So in the previous month, these checks were unpresented, Rashid Kamal and Asad Ali, 1,700 and 1,300. Now see that these are appearing or not yet appearing in the bank statement one by one. Unpresented check means were not presented in the bank. So these should be appearing in the debit side of the bank statement. Let's see. Yes, this 1300 of Asad Ali is appearing here. Okay. And this Rashid Kamal 1700 is still not appearing in the debit. So it means that this 1700 is still unpresented check. Okay. And now see, uncollected check from Noman Zakriya was 2800 and Munir Ishaq was 1200 in the previous month of May. So uncollected means these two checks should now be appearing in the credit side of current bank statement. So let's see, Noman Zakriya 2800, yes, it's appearing here. And Munir Ishaq 1200, yes, Munir Ishaq 1200 is also appearing here. So both of these two have been collected by the bank. So this is still there. We will use it in the next bank reconciliation statement. Now what we will do? One by one. We will see that in the cash book, we are having 6,000 balance in the debit side. That should be the balance taken from the previous bank reconciliation statement. Agreed. No worries. And in the previous bank reconciliation statement, we had 5,000 credit that we will take in this. Then in the cash book, there is debit side 950. We collected 950 from Abbas Ilahi. Just see, is this appearing in the credit of bank statement? Yes, it's appearing. Just take this. Then Bilal Mushtaq 450. Is this appearing in the credit side? Yes, Bilal Mushtaq 450 appearing in the credit side. Take this. Chirag Din 2000. Is this appearing there? Yes, Chirag Din is also appearing there. So take this. Dil Nawaz Khan 1250. Is this appearing? No. So it means this 1250 is check deposited but not check collected. Okay. And then Ilahi Baksh 850. Ilahi Baksh is also not appearing in the credit side. So this is also check deposited but not check collected by the bank. It will be obviously the check that will be collected in the month of July or August, somewhere then. Then we made payment to Fariduddin 800. Is it appearing? Yes, Fariduddin 800 is appearing in the debit side of bank statement, credit side of cash book. Okay. Rent we made payment of 1500. Yes, that's right. 1500 is appearing here. Ghulam Abbas we made payment of 1400. It's not appearing in the debit side. It means this 1400 is check issued but not presented in the bank statement. Haider Ali 1600. Let's see if Haider Ali 1600 is appearing. Haider Ali 1600 is not appearing in the debit side. So it is also check issued but not presented. Then Ismail Rana 1200. Is this appearing in the bank statement debit side? Ismail Rana is also not appearing in the bank statement debit side. So this 1200 is also unpresented check. So if we see, these are the unpresented checks. And this is the previous month's still unpresented check. And these are the two uncollected checks. Now we are done with the cash book. Credit side, all tick. This balance brought forward, we will see later. And this debit side, all tick. And this is the uncollected checks. Okay, now come over here. Here in the credit side of bank statement, there is 120. And there is 1, 2, and 3 unticked items appearing in the bank statement. So the items which will be appearing in the bank statement but remained untagged are in fact the reasons which will be recorded in the adjusted cash book. Okay, so let's prepare adjusted cash book. For preparing adjusted cash book, it will start from the closing balance of the cash book, which is this balance, carry forward balance. Okay, so this balance will be taken there. We will reopen it as a brought forward balance, 500,000. And this 120 appearing in the credit side of bank statement will now be appearing in the debit side of cash book. And 20 appearing in the debit side of bank statement will be appearing in the credit side of cash book. 3,000 will be putting in the credit side of adjusted cash book, and 900 we will put in the credit side of adjusted cash book. So these are the reasons which we will mention. It is because of bank charges. It is because of a standing order payment for Chamber of Commerce subscription. And it is because of electricity bill direct debit. So we have already discussed these terminologies. So we will put these reasons here. Okay. And finally, we will calculate the carry forward balance of our adjusted cash book. So remember, our adjusted cash book is giving us 1200. So go back and see what was our closing balance as per bank statement, that is 5,000. We will put that closing balance of bank statement in our bank reconciliation statement as on 30th June. Here credit 5,000. And now we will put uncollected and unpresented checks. So go back and see what are the uncollected checks. These are the checks appearing in the debit side of cash book, but not yet credited by the bank. So 1250 and 850. So just see here, 1250 and 850 are uncollected checks. We know very well that these are given as credit effect. Here we go. And unpresented checks. Remember, one unpresented checks we will be taking from previous bank reconciliation statement. 1, 2, 3, and 4. These are the unpresented checks. Checks, those were supposed to be debited in the bank statement, but we could not trace them in the bank statement. So we will put these 4 checks here, 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the bank reconciliation statement as debit effect. And now that algebraic formula, credit and credit, you will add, and this debit you will subtract. You will get, since credit side is heavier, credit is 7,100, debit is 5,900. So credit 1,200 is the answer of this subtraction and addition, which is in fact exactly equal to the balance as per adjusted cash book, and these two should always be opposite. Now the journal entries. So what we see in the journal entries, in fact journal entries are passed for all the items that we place in the adjusted cash book. So for adjusted cash book, as we know very well that it is bank column, so bank will be debited or credited in these transactions. So bank charges, debit, and bank credit for this 20. And then trade subscription means the bank payment for Chamber of Commerce subscription, debit and credit. Okay, we know very well the format. And then electricity bill, expense debit and bank credit. And then there was a bad debts recovery for which bank balance is increasing, bank debit and bad debts recovered credit. So the ITTRs in this module are that whatsoever we find in the debit side of cash book should always be appearing in the credit side of the bank statement, and vice versa. And the second very important tip to remember for this module is that all the adjusting items should be accounted for. Means you should pass accounting entry for all those items for which you prepare adjusted cash book. Thank you.